Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video, and in this video it is the return of the TBR jar as well as the TBR car. Now, I don't know if you would have seen in one of my vlogs, I will tag it above if I can find it, but I dug this out of the cupboard because I just wanted a place to be able to sit and actually look at the books that I physically need to read. Now, this is not all of the books that I need to read. My TBR is like over 200 books, but I just chose some popular ones, some ones that I want to get to sometime soon, and I thought I'd stick it on a cart and then it's just going to make my life easier. So if I ever want to choose a book, it's just visually pleasing, and I know all of these books on here I need to read. So we're going to see how this goes, and hopefully it goes really well. I just like the way it looks. It just sits in my corner in front of my bookshelf, and I just think it's really pretty. So we're going to hopefully choose the books today from the cart, but if there isn't anything that kind of matches up with the prompt, I can then look around my bookshelves as well. I mean, I'm not limiting myself. This is my thing. This, you know, I can make the rules for my TBR. So we're gonna see how it goes. So I've got all my prompts in my little Illumicrate jar. We're just gonna pick some at random, as you do. I think I'm gonna choose 7 or 8. I think I chose 8 last month, so I think I'm going to choose about that, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So let's give it a bit of a shake, and on to the first prompt. So we've had this one before. So this one is an author's debut novel. So let's have a quick look. Now, I say this is organised. I did start organising it into like all fantasy together, and then like some crime and some romance, but then I've had like new books been delivered, so these are just kind of living on the top, and it is double-sided as well, so we're probably going to have a good search. No. So Andy Darcy Theo, this is his debut novel, The Light That Blinds Us. This is coming out, I want to say this will be out by the time this video is posted, but I'm not too sure. But this is his debut, so this could be one. 5 Broken Blades, this is potentially a debut. Might actually need to have a quick search for 5 Broken Blades because I'm not too sure if it is a debut or not. Yep, so it looks like 5 Broken Blades is also a debut, and I do really want to get around to this as well. So there's this one. There's nothing here that's kind of grabbing. Elsie Silver, definitely not. Funny Story, definitely not. Not really feeling any of those. Let's do a bit of a spin. So The North Wind, I'm pretty sure she's wrote other books as well. A Feather So Black, could this potentially, because I do want to get around to this as well. Again, they need to just say if it's like, if they've written a book before, or because I have no idea when it's a debut or not. No, this is not her debut, so let's put that one back. No. Potentially this could be their debut. I know this is the first book in the series because the third one has just come out. Could this be a debut? I'm going to do all this and I'm probably going to pick up the first book that I've chosen. No, this is not their debut. Nope. What about, can't spell treason without T. This comes out the 9th of May. See, this thing, I need to get to like my arcs, because some of the arcs that I have been out for a while and I just haven't got around to actually reading them. Nope, this is not. Oh, we are not doing too good here. Sea of Tranquility, I know that's not. Song of the March, I don't think so. No, June is not. So I think we're kind of going to stick with these two, to be honest. And to be honest, I think out of both of these, I'm more inclined to pick up 5 Broken Blades. I've just heard really good things about this, and I'm more gravitated to this than I am to The Light That Blinds Us. So I think that's what we're going to do. You back for now. We could choose you again later. For the prompt for an author's debut, we're going to go with 5 Broken Blades. I think this is going to be the best sort of option for me. I don't really know too much about it because it doesn't even have like a description of the book in this. It just says that it's a dark adventure fantasy full of deadly liars, grey morals, and a kingdom destroying secrets. And that's all it really says. So I'm very excited for this. So this is for prompt number 1. Okay, on to prompt number 2. That took so much longer than I thought. So let's see if the second one is a little bit quicker. So we need a book with yellow on the cover. Now this is going to be quite difficult. I say this, but actually we've got The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. That is very yellow, so we could do that. That's more gold. We do have Strange Sally Diamond, which is a thriller that has got yellow on the cover, so we could do that. None of the fantasy books have yellow. I mean, you could technically do like Tales from the Cafe. That's kind of a yellow. Dolly Alderton, Good Material, that's got yellow. Better Than the Movies, the actual cover is yellow, so we could do that. I don't think any books back here. I mean, you've got Rise of 9, that's a bit more orangey yellow. Again, with Furyborn, a bit more orangey yellow. So I do think it's going to be one of these. So I'm thinking it's probably either going to be The 7 Year Slip or Strange Sally Diamond. And I know, because I am at this moment in time currently reading Ashley Poston's newest book. I got it on NetGalley and I'm absolutely loving it so far. And this is the only Ashley Poston book I haven't read yet, so I think we're probably going to go with this one. So for a book with yellow on the cover, I've just convinced myself pretty much we're going to go with The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Okay, that one was much quicker to choose, so you know, we're going to try and speed through this as best as we can. So for prompt number 3, we have a book you bought used. We had this last time as well, and spoiler, I don't think I've read that book yet, so I don't really know what we're going to do here, because most of these books are either arcs or I've bought with my own money at the bookshop, because that's just the only place I seem to get books from. No, none of those are used. Oh, actually, we do have one on the card, to be honest. So I picked up Furyborn. I bought this off of Vinted not that long ago, about 2 weeks ago now, because I couldn't actually get it on the website on Waterstones. So I wanted to pick this up because I kind of have a habit of like buying the series and not reading it. So I thought I'd just pick up the first book, see how I feel, and then I can pick up the rest of the series if I like it. And then the minute I bought this, I think it was Illumicrate have now announced that they're doing special editions of this book as well, of the whole series. So it would be kind of handy to read this, because if I like it, I could then get the special editions. So that could be a plan. So like I said, I got this from Vinted, so it is used, it is bought second hand. I don't know, I'm going to say this about every book, I don't know what this book is about at all. I saw someone on my TikTok reading it and they were rereading it and they were saying it was a great book, so that was enough for me. So yeah, this is probably what we're going to go for, because there isn't any other books on here that are second hand or used. They're all kind of brand new, so I think this is going to be the best bet for me, I think. And I just love the book anyway, because I don't know if you can see, it's got deckled edges, and I love a deckled edge book. So this is Furyborn. This is book 1 in a trilogy, so it's the perfect place to kind of start. So yeah, I think you know, this is kind of the only book I can really choose at the moment. So for a book bought used, we're going to go with Furyborn. Okay, so that was number 3. So now we need prompt number 4. So this is for the halfway mark, and we have got your most recent purchase. So I'm going to do this as a book I've bought, not a book that I've been gifted. Now, what is the book that I have bought? Could be Powerful. I think I do have books in the cupboard at work that I haven't yet bought, so I mean technically that's not really going to count, but I kind of get the feeling that this is the ones around the side. No, and they were gifted. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the novella. So the one that I bought the most recently, because I bought this on release day, is Powerful by Lauren Roberts. This is the novella, which is kind of like 1.5 in the Powerful series, because Reckless comes out in a couple months time, so this is kind of like keeping us going until then. So yeah, this is like the only one that I think I've bought. I can't see anything else, and I'm really excited to get to this. I've heard really good things. Even though it's a novella, I absolutely adored Powerless, so I kind of want to get back into this world, so I think this is like the perfect place for me. So we're going to go for my most recent purchase is Powerful. Okay, so that was prompt number 4, so we are halfway through, so we've got 4 more prompts. So let's kind of see what we're going to get. We've currently got, they're currently laid out on my floor, but we've got 3 fantasy and 1 romance at the minute, which isn't too bad. It's more of a variety than I expected. So for prompt number 5, we're going to do the title, which has a random letter. So let me grab my phone, see if I can find a random letter generator, and hopefully it gives us a good pick. Okay, so we've got random letter generator, so I'm just going to click this and hopefully, oh, we need a book with the title that starts with O. So that's not the best one, to be honest, because no, E, F, I, no, I think this is going to be a harder one than I thought. I, T, ooh, actually, O, Our Wives Under the Sea, that could be a shout. Let me just double check, but I don't think there's going to be anything else. S, S, F, D, R, T, no, well, to be honest, that's actually pretty good. I never expected that to be that easy. So for O, we've got Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. Now I know she's got another book coming out recently, and I forget what it's called, but the cover is stunning. It's like an army green sort of colour. I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it, but it looks incredible. And I've wanted to get to this for absolutely ages. I've heard so many good things. It's incredible. I haven't heard like a single bad thing about this, so I've been meaning to pick this up for a while. I wanted to get the hardback, but I couldn't find the hardback anywhere, so I just settled for the paperback. But I mean, it's still stunning as it is. So I think this is the only one we're going to go for, and I'm like so pleased about this anyway. Like, this TBR is actually becoming like really, really good. So for the random letter, which we happen to be as O, we are doing Our Wives Under the Sea. Okay, I'm like really happy with this TBR at the minute. We're looking pretty good. So this is for prompt number 6. So let's just try and choose just the one. And this is a collection of short stories. Now I don't know if I have a collection of short stories. I suppose, no, I know they're not, no. They're not short stories. No, you're not short stories. So I think I'm going to have a look and see what else I've got on my shelves, because I don't know if I do have a collection of short stories. So give us a minute. Now, to be honest, I literally stared at my shelves and was like, I don't even know what I'm looking for, because a book just looks like a book. It doesn't look like a collection of short stories. So I went to Google, and one of the first books that came up was The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. Now, I didn't know when I bought this that this was a collection of short stories, but flicking through, literally the contents page shows, you know, the titles of all the stories. So I mean, this is literally perfect, and I love a translated fiction as it is. And this cover is like stunning, which kind of drew me to it anyway, because it's just so quirky and so weird. So like I said, I have no idea what this is about then, because maybe I thought I knew, but obviously I'm wrong, because I didn't realise it was a collection of short stories. But it's translated from Spanish, which I think is really cool. And yeah, so for a collection of short stories which I didn't realise I actually owned, we're going to do The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. I think I'm going to say this like every time, but this is looking good. I'm like really pleased with this, because last month there were so many thick books that I ended up choosing, and it was just overwhelming, and I don't think I read as many as I wanted to. I kind of got hooked on the Chestnut Spring series, so I kind of binged all that. So as of right now, I'm currently in a bit of a slump, so I'm hoping that doing this is kind of get me out of it a little bit. But then seeing the TBR for next month, I'm hopeful that it's going to be a good reading month. Okay, so for prompt number 7, we have a book with a map. Now that's going to be any fantasy book basically, so let's have a quick look. So so we could start off strong. We could start off with the North Wind. Has it got a map? Oh, this is where a proof this is where a proof doesn't. It says map to come, so we could still count that, because it is going to have a map, even though it doesn't as of yet. We'll have to just see about that. That's a bit confusing. So a Fate Inked in Blood. This is fantasy, but there's no map there, and there's no map to come. Twin Crowns, I don't think it does. No. I mean, I bet June probably does, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to be reading June right now, to be honest. And it doesn't have a map anyway, so let's just put that back and move on. Anything this side. So I know George R.R. Martin does, but that's just, yeah, the Final Empire. I've been meaning to get around to this book for a very, very long time. I mean, yes, there you go, a map. So this could be potentially, because if I'm gonna, I'd rather read this than like 5th season. Chaos and Flame though, it's a book about dragons, so I mean that could have a map. No, no. Okay, no map there. Again, another book about dragons. No. No, they're not going to, and they're right. I think that's kind of chosen it for us. We could be entering the Sanderson era, and I could actually start the Final Empire. Now, I'm like really scared to start this, but really excited at the same time, because I've wanted to read a Sanderson book for so long, and I had no idea where to start, and I watched so many TikToks, so many YouTube videos on where's the best place to start, and it was either this or Elantris. And I think the majority of people, from what I watched and commented and saw, chose Mistborn Era 1 to start with, because that's the books that I bought. So I have this one and I have the second one, because Elantris was his first novel, so I know a lot of people start with that, but then a lot of people have said this, and I think I'm just with the majority of the people because I have no idea with the Sanderson book. So that's why this is on the trolley. That's why I think we're going to choose this, because it has a map, and I just really want to get into my Sanderson era. And they're redoing his books, which I absolutely love. So you've got like the Way of Kings and like the Stormlight Archive books. They were part 1 and part 2, whereas in the US they were just one big massive book, whereas we had it split in 2. Whereas now they're kind of redoing them, so you can get them all in one book, which I would much prefer, because I don't like the idea of having to read 2 books to read 1 book, if that makes sense, because that's just going to drag out my reading for him, I think. Whereas if it's all in one book, even if it's over 1,000 pages long, I feel like that's just easier to kind of digest than stopping halfway, because you kind of have to carry on. You can't just stop halfway, but then it's then picking up another book which is the same book. It just doesn't make sense in my head. So I like the idea that they're redoing that, hopefully in time for me to be obsessed with Sanderson and to carry on. So I feel like I'm going to start talking myself out of it, so we're just going to do this. So for a book with a map, we're going to do The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, like this is it. That was book number 7. We're going to do 8 just in case, so I've got a variety to choose, because we have got quite a good variety as well, which I am very pleased with. We've only got one sort of romance book, but I mean, I did read a lot of romance books last month, so you know, it's okay. And to top it all off, the last prompt is a thriller mystery, so I mean, literally perfect. We are really diving into this. So I only have 3 on here at the moment. I do have more that I haven't read, but I think these are like the 3 that I'm kind of more drawn to. And I know out of the 3 of these, I'm gonna steer towards Frida McFadden, I think, because I just really like Frida McFadden. I haven't read many by her. I've read The Housemaid's Secret, and The Teacher. This is the only book that I own by her that I haven't read yet, and I think I'm gonna do this because I do really want to read Strange Sally Diamond, but I just know that I could devour this in like 2 sittings because her books are just so good. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. So for a thriller mystery, The Co-Worker. Okay, so that is all the books chosen. They're all kind of laid out on the floor, so I'm just gonna free up some space up here and just kind of organize a little bit, and then we're gonna remind ourselves of the books that we've chosen with the prompts, add it to the top of the TBR cart, ready for May, and then hopefully we can do some really good reading in May. Okay, all organised already. So the first prompt that we chose was a debut novel, and for that we have chosen 5 Broken Blades. For a book with yellow on the cover, we have chosen The 7-Year Slip. For a book you bought used, we have chosen Furyborn. For my most recent purchase, we have chosen Powerful. For a random letter generator for which we managed to get the letter O, we have chosen Our Wives Under the Sea. For a collection of short stories, we have The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. For a book with a map, we have Brandon Sanderson's The Final Empire, which is Mistborn Era 1, the first book in that series. And then the last book we chose, which is a thriller mystery, we have The Co-Worker. I know I keep saying this, and I've said this for like absolutely ages, for like after every single book, but I'm so excited about this TBR. I don't feel overwhelmed with this. There isn't really thick books, there isn't really thin books, like it's not all high fantasy. There is a very good selection, which I think is what I struggle with, because I tend to gravitate towards fantasy books and then it's just overwhelming with, you know, 800-page long books, the world building, the plot, and just trying to then go into another book after that is just, sometimes it's a bit too much. So I think this is like the perfect mix of romance, fantasy, we've got translated, we've got thriller, we've got novellas, short stories, literally we've got anything that I could have asked for. Like, this is like one of the best TBRs that I think I've pulled. So yeah, let me know if you have read any of these books. If you have, then don't spoil it for me, just comment down below, let me know if you liked them or if you didn't. If there's any you think I should prioritise reading first, then let me know, because I do just randomly pull them off on like on a random day that I just I fancy a romance, let's just read a romance. So let me know if I should prioritise any reading first, because I don't even know where I want to start. But yeah, I'm so happy with this TBR. So hopefully May is going to be a really good reading month. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of helping me choose my TBR for May. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration to choose a TBR for your books, because I think it's just so fun and random to just choose your books like this. It's not overwhelming. It just kind of helps you choose the books that you've had on your TBR for a long time, and it just helps me, you know, get through my TBR ever so slowly, but we're slowly chipping away at it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting, for liking, for subscribing. If you like what you see and you want to stick around and want to join my cozy corner of the internet, then don't forget to subscribe. It honestly means the world to me, and I appreciate everyone who has subscribed, who has liked, who has commented, who has just been a part of this journey. So thank you very much to you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.